Walk in, you're like, yes, black folks. Your number. Will you tell her that? For real, though. I got caught cheating. You did. You never cheated. And out loud, we keep it 100.
Hey guys, it's your girl Claudia Jordan. I hope y'all are ready for a fun, packed show because these three ladies are the epitome of personality, okay? Tonight's guests are 3 of 5 sisters who have created a path for themselves in the music industry since the late 80s. They've been doing their thing. Trina Braxton, Tracy Braxton, and Tawana Braxton are here with us to discuss the highly anticipated season of WeTV's Braxton Family Values, and y'all just cannot stop talking about that show, so we got the answers for you, okay? Now we got the pros, the cons, and all that with working with family, and we're going to address the rumors that have been circling around about their family. But first, he has a clip from the new season of WeTV's Braxton Family Values.
The Braxtons are back. Yay! The family leaves the past behind to celebrate one sister's future.
Be the wedding of the year.
To sisterhood and us having fun. Amen. Cheers.
But will Trina's walk down the aisle be the fairy tale she's always wanted?
The man of honor, he's just MIA.
This is it. We paid for this already?
We did.
I still don't like y'all. I got some other issues, but right now is not the time.
Ooh, please welcome recording artists, TV personalities, and the stars of Braxton Family Values, Trina, Tracy, and Tawana Braxton. Hello, ladies.
Hi, Claudia.
Hello, Claudia.
Let me tell you something. Y'all are so damn lit. Have y'all been lit since you came out the womb? I'm just wondering.
I think so. Yes, cheers.
Yeah, when I came out of the womb, I didn't cry. I posed.
You pose?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I popped and locked it.
You know what? I kind of believe y'all. Like I feel like y'all always been lit. It must have been a lot of fun growing up together. But I'm gonna get into that. But first, I want to ask you how you all are doing mentally, because I think it's so important to just check in with our sisters. It's been a crazy year with even outside of your personal stuff. The world is just a hot ghetto mess right now. So how's everybody doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty good, pretty darn good. I can't wait for Tuesday to come and go, with the election. It's been a lot of stuff leading up to what's going on and what's going to happen on the election day. I'm so glad that I voted early. And that and the fact that, everybody has a little bit of cabin fever with their loved ones. So, but I'm in a great space. Cheers.
Oh yeah, last time we talked, you had new love in your life and you was glowing. We talked about your sex life being popping and all that.
All that, and it's still glowing. That's why I'm tongue tied, because I had a little situation before I sat down in this chair. Amen.
Oh, you got
Ew.
Yes, I had some morning glory.
You got some pre-show sex? Pre-show sex?
I did, and it was amazing.
Oh, wow.
Why, Trina, why is your face looking like that right now? You're looking like, ew.
Because I almost threw up in my mouth. That is so nasty.
But Trina, I know you're not talking.
I'm married.
You involved kissing on each other all day.
Let me tell you something. I can, because I can have sin-free sex. This ring says that my sex is sin-free.
I know. Glory. Hallelujah.
Well, there's no greater sin.
Tracy, you have
you're sinning. You are sinning.
Oh, I'm a sinner. I've been a sinner. I don't think I'm gonna stop sinning for a while, though. I don't know.
But there's no greater sin if you lie. Have you told a lie today? Have you told a test a lie today?
Not yet, but the night is young.
I did not tell a lie today. I might have told one yesterday, but I did not tell one today.
It's the same. It's the same. It's the same. Sin is a sin.
Look at Tracy thinking about it. Tracy's really thinking about it.
She probably did tell a test a lie.
I told a lie today. I really
exactly.
did. I told somebody I liked them.
Come here.
Who lies the most out of the three, y'all? Who lies the most?
Who tests a lie? It ain't me.
Who tries to lie the most?
Is she forcing me?
Ew.
Sin-free.
She said, who tested the lie today? She didn't say who kissed their husband in the mouth today.
Tracy.
That didn't go. Huh?
Is
Yeah,
Tracy?
she told the test a lie. She told the test a lie today.
I did it today.
That's so funny. So how are y'all? Has it been hard to balance everything? Relationships, motherhood, virtual school during the pandemic, or do you have it down by now? And whoever wants to be honest about this, who's a little sick of their kids so far? Are they annoying yet? Anybody's kids annoying?
Yes. I have meanagers. And you know, I didn't understand the meanager term until Trina told me about the meanager.
I told you about it.
And they just mean for no reason. And I have to be honest, it's like my son is more meaner than my daughter. It's like she has a reason to go through her moods because her menstrual, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But for him, it's just for no reason. He just mean.
Don't you just want to punch him in the face?
Yes.
Like, oh, I know, child. Been there, done that.
Are they too old to spank? Are they too? They're teens, so you can't spank them.
They're teenagers. They're 13 and 14. But I'll grab them. I'll jack them up. That's for damn sure. I'm a black woman. My name is Tawanda. You can't get no blacker than that.
Three syllables. 3 syllables.
Tawanda.
Trina.
I'm saying, you know. So when Tawanda comes out, they know.
Wow. The pandemic is really giving you a chance to really get to know your mate. Because a lot of times, right, during the regular, regular times, you can leave on the weekends, you got a booking, he got to go to work, whatever. You're not up under each other. You really get to see how nasty somebody is or clean. You get to see how many times they take a shower. You get to see if they leave toothpaste splatter on the mirror, all that kind of stuff. And you really get to see the real them and all like across the board. There's no hiding right now.
Yeah.
Has that helped y'all's relationships or has it hurt it?
I've been married for 20. Go ahead, Tree.
No, y'all know you. You're the oldest. You go first.
Oh, you really gonna throw that? Thank you. Well, me being with my husband for 28 years, I already know what to do. I already know when he scratches his hiney. I already know where he got to go. Look.
Okay. So there's
nothing hiding. So that's nothing hiding for me. So I guess it makes my relationship the same because I already know everything. I know what he got to do his morning dew.
Hilarious. And Trina, you spent the first few months of the quarantine. You're a newlywed, new husband.
Yes, but you know what? The first few months of quarantining as a newlywed was difficult for me and my husband because we did not want my mom to quarantine by herself because remember, in Atlanta, there was a lot of civil unrest going on as well. And my mom, she's like dang near the heart of Buckhead where she lives. And we didn't want her to be by herself, especially with all of the civil unrest that was going on, in addition to the quarantining. So we had her quarantine with us. And being a newlywed and having your mother stay with you, one time, I'm going to be honest. Please. One night, my husband shushed me. I'm like, wait, we just got married. You can't shush.
What do you mean exactly when you said he? What was happening? When you said he shushed you, what do you mean?
He was knee deep in it, and then all of a sudden,
knee deep. Well.
Wow.
It's a very difficult situation to be in.
So he told you to be quiet and keep it quiet because your mom was in the other room.
Hush, baby. Like, what? It's not my fault that I'm loud. It's your fault.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me sit there. Jesus.
Well, now Tawanda is about to throw up in her mouth. Tawanda, you going to be okay over there?
Yeah, I have this alcohol. It pushes it back down.
Trina, you must be happy though that your wedding took place before the pandemic because now it's just like people criticize you if you get married now. Mm-hmm. People are really missing out. You know what I mean? Like you can't really live your life right now.
I have to be honest. I wish we got married during the pandemic because it would have been cheaper because you can't invite but so many people. And when we got married, I had cake catastrophes and my flowers never showed up. And it was just one of those situations to where you're just glad that we both showed up and said, I will. And that's just it.
And speaking of weddings, Tawanda, it's reported you did not tell your family about your engagement. Why don't you keep it a secret?
No, are you engaged, Tawanda? No, we gonna talk about this elephant. Are you engaged, Tawanda?
Who said it's an elephant?
Not tell the truth.
But who said it was an elephant? Listen, we have a big surprise on Braxton Family Values that's coming on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. on WeTV. And I beseech, like my mother said, I beseech you by the mercies of God to watch.
Tawanda,
are you caught up? Huh?
Are you engaged, Tawanda?
Claudia?
Breaking news here on Out Loud on Fox Soul is Tawanda Braxton engaged. The fans are dying to know.
Your sisters are dying to know.
Trina, I told you it's part of the boundaries thing. She may not want to talk about it. Tawanda, you want to keep it in your boundaries?
It's in my boundaries.
That is not a boundary because guess what? Tawanda is going to ask us to be bridesmaids. I'm going to put some coins to the side to get a dress.
I don't want to be a bridesmaid.
And
I don't want to be a bridesmaid.
And you
I want to be
yes.
a spectator.
Tawanda,
and you're going to say yes.
Can I see your nails, Tawanda?
Yes.
Can I see the other nails?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Doesn't it look like a Tiffany ring on her finger, Claudia?
I believe that's Tiffany's.
It is Tiffany's.
Looks like Tiffany's to me.
It's my favorite store.
You know what they say? If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, and sounds like a duck, it's an engagement.
It doesn't say that, Claudia. It does not say that.
Yes.
It does not.
Affleck.
Listen, ladies, we're going to take a quick break. Maybe during the commercial break, Tawanda will let us know if she is engaged and she's about to be made into an honest woman and she can have sin-free sex like her sisters. We got more Out Loud with the Braxton sisters when we return. They are lit. I told y'all it was going to be a good show. We'll be back with more right after the break. We're back with Out Loud with Claudia Jordan, Soulmates. If you want to see more Fox Soul content, and I know you do, go to www.foxsoul.tv, or you can download that Fox Soul app, or you can watch us on Fox Now, Fire TV, Roku, YouTube, Apple TV, Zumu, Tubi, or Caffeine.tv. Pretty much everywhere. I'm here with sisters Trina, Tracy, and Tawanda Braxton, and we are having lots of fun. Now let's get into your show, WeTV's Braxton Family Values. It's been on the air for almost 10 years. Was it hard? That's a long listen. If you can get a reality show to last 2 seasons, that's hard. 10 years and counting. Was it hard to invite, the world into y'all's personal life? Because, stuff that you can get over in a day in real life was stretched out over 2-3 episodes. It'd be hurting, right?
At first it was hard, and then it became second nature. We started the camera dude. We didn't even mind anymore. We're like, okay, the short movies and things like that. So, after that, it was like, okay, it was like such second nature. To me, it was.
Well, what was crazy for me, the thing is, the sound guy, he'd go on to customers saying, Trina, do you have a bra on today? And it's crazy. It's super crazy. But the hardest thing about reality television for me, being with a family ensemble as opposed to a put together ensemble, is that we never get a break because we have to take it home with us. So if we have like a scene and somebody doesn't like what somebody else said, we have to take it home. It's like, because once the cameras are off, it's like, can't believe you said that. And then next thing you know, I'm not talking to you until tomorrow and it's time to film again. And what you gonna say today, heifer? You understand what I'm saying? It's like one of those kind of situations, but it's very, very real because it affects our family in a different way because we have to, it segues into personal life as opposed to just everything stopping when the cameras turn off.
I'd imagine the stakes would be higher. I mean, when I did a reality show for a year, I didn't care about half people on the show. I'm like, I don't even know these girls except like 2 of them. So I could care less if they mad at me or if I say something mean or whatever. But when you love your sisters, you might really mean it in that moment, but then you probably feel bad afterwards. How about you, Tawanda? What's your experience?
I think Tracy and Trina hit the nail on the head when it comes to that, because again, we always have to live what we film. Like we can't just walk away from it. We have to deal with it because we're family. Holidays would be very, very weird if we don't handle and deal with the situations. So that has been curse and a plus, because I'm able to see my sisters all the time. That's an amazing thing, and I can spend some time with my sisters. But then there's some times that I don't want to spend some time with my sisters. I want to be by myself, and you can't because we work together.
How about on the plus side, right? Is this true for you ladies? It does force you to have to confront things that maybe you just blow someone off and be like, I'm just not going to talk to her for a while. Because on reality TV, they want you to resolve things, right? And they want to make you face it, even if you really don't want to. Like, sometimes I check up that bitch. I don't want to talk to her, but you have to, because that's it's not only your co-star, but it's your sister, and they kind of make you have to like deal with things, right?
Well, yeah, we want to come to a resolve. We want to resolve the issue. We don't want to be upset with each other because we love each other in a very real way. And it's very personal for us. So when we take it home, it's like when we get upset about it, it's a real and true emotion. It's not like someone we can just write off. It's not somebody that we can just decide, okay, well, if they're not on the show tomorrow, that we won't have any regard to. It's like, because we are family, we love each other, and we want to reach a resolve. But sometimes it's difficult because sometimes you're just mad in a real way. You mad. Right,
it's real. Tracy, are there ever moments from the show that you prefer to keep private and you're like, damn, I don't want to show this?
Many times, because I feel some of the things that my sisters and I go through, it shouldn't be for the public. Certain things should be kept in family, especially when we having a deep conversation that no one else should be privy to.
In one of the episodes, the teasers from the upcoming season of the show, you stated in a conversation with Tawanda, I still don't like y'all. I got some other issues, but now is not the time. What was going through your mind at that moment? We just trying to protect the family?
No, it wasn't about protecting the family. It was about making sure we keep respecting each other's boundaries. And if a certain sister want to talk to us, or if Tamar want to talk to us, if Tony want to talk to us, Trina or Tawanda, we should be able to take it in, and we should be able to feel each other's pain.
Okay, that's fair. Tawanda,
but the thing is, you can love somebody but not like them right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't like what you did to me. I still love you. I still want to interact with you, but right now it's just not a good time. We need to take pause, and with this situation that we're going through right now. It doesn't mean that I don't love you, but right now I'm not in like with you right now.
I mean, isn't that what real love is for somebody? It doesn't mean it's unicorns and flowers and butterflies 24/7. There's also some days where you're like, I really can't stand you. Tawanda, would you say this platform as on reality TV has strengthened or weakened the family dynamic?
I think it has strengthened the family dynamic. In my opinion, I think that we all have had moments of, okay, I'm not going to allow this anymore. And as Tracy has said, we've created these boundaries that we never created for each other before. Because usually, like, we would just sweep things up underneath the rug. We're not a family who really communicated with each other to tell each other how we really felt in a raw way. We didn't ask the hard questions. We didn't have those hard conversations to say, okay, you made me feel like this, because we were afraid that we were going to hurt each other's feelings. But now that boundaries are created, and we're saying, okay, there are going to be some consequences if you cross this boundary. I think that's where we all are right now.
So in a sense, it has helped you with your relationships.
Definitely.
So, okay, this is for any of you that want to answer this. Networks are, okay, we know this, known for editing and releasing shows in a way that's unauthentic to the premise of the show. We've all seen that and been a victim. Has WeTV been supportive in making sure the episodes really reflect the true dynamic that's happening? Or do you watch the shows and be like, this is way off?
For me, there have been moments that I felt that it was way off. There were moments that I felt that the editing wasn't in the favor of everyone on the same plateau. I think that editing is just what it is. Sometimes a lot of the amazing moments ends up on the editing room floor, and we're like, how come this didn't make it in? Because this showed how much fun that we were having instead of us bickering and not getting along and all those things. So I would definitely say that sometimes the network and the editing isn't quite what it needs to be, I would say, for me.
Trina and Tracy, do you feel the same way, or what do y'all feel about it?
Well, how I feel about it, I'm like, okay, we have so not crazy moments, and people want to see the realness of a reality show, especially of sisters. And if you show them something, they're going to use it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I have to piggyback on what Tracy is saying. You know, people can say, oh, they edited me to look a certain way, or they edited me to not look a certain way. People can't use what you don't give them.
That's absolutely correct. But there are some times that they put things together to make, I'm gonna have to be honest, and I'm not go ahead, and because I'm grown. There have been some moments in the show that they depicted me. I'm just gonna speak for myself as the angry Black woman, or as the sister who was jealous, or as a sister who did, I didn't like that at all whatsoever, because what they didn't show is a moment of me supporting my sisters. They didn't show those things. And that's the thing that made me upset sometimes, because all that good stuff ended up on an editing room floor. And that definitely upset me.
But you understand, Tawana, too, you have mega fans that don't care, or crazy fans, and make these perceptions too. And then feed the sisters that's on that edge and feeling like attacked and everything else. I mean, I can say for myself, I felt that way constantly until I had to sit and look at myself like, wait a minute, I know my strong vibe with my sisters. I don't need that. But guess what? I have boundaries. I see certain things, but I have boundaries in it. But sometimes these fans, or no fans, these hypocritical, non-working people have something to say, and it's negative, and try to make us feel like we're not worth what we're supposed to be worth. So, I can go for what you're saying, Tawan. I'm going for what you were saying. But however, there's some people that wants to see us split up.
And I agree with that.
There's some people out here.
I agree with that part.
The network, because if our bond is that close, it shouldn't be that.
I will say the fans are, and they're the consumers. They're the ones that
are.
You understand?
And it does suck that the people that are being the most judgmental, have the most shit to say, the most critical. I would never. I bet you if their page wasn't private and has 25 followers on it, and we peel back the layers on their family, we would see a lot of dysfunction.
Absolutely.
And then they have the nerve to sit there and say, you're jealous of her, or you did this.
Right.
Like,
but no, this wasn't,
a moment of.
But let me just say, this wasn't just about the fans, though. Let me just be honest. I'm not talking about the fans, because I can deal with the fans. I laugh with them. You know what I mean? Because when you laugh with the fans, when you laugh with them, they have nothing else to say. True. I don't care about the fans. That's not what I mean. I'm just saying the way that it was edited. When you asked the question about editing, I was just answering the question about editing, how it was perceived, not just by these fans, because I could give a damn about the fans.
I thought it was a little lopsided, like a little more.
It was definitely lopsided. It was definitely lopsided on several seasons. I'm just being honest about how I feel. It was definitely lopsided. And that I just feel that sometimes that's what happens in reality television. They have to create situations. That's just how I feel. And regardless on if you give it to them or not, sometimes they cut and paste and bring things in. Like there was a couple of times I was like, wait a minute, I said this then. But again, they can't use what you don't say or what you don't give them. However, they can put it together to pretend that you did.
I think you both, all three of you, have great points. They can't show you popping off if you didn't pop off, but they can put the pop off first and not show what caused the pop off second. So then you look like you was starting to shit.
Absolutely. You ding, 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 ding. Cheers.
Okay.
Claudia.
Everybody happy with that? I think that's fair. I think y'all, all three of you said things that are very, very valid. And that's the game, right? That's the game we sign up for.
That's the game.
We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, I want to ask you all, I want y'all to think about this during the break. What's the biggest misconception that viewers may have about the Braxtons that's just not true? Think about it. We'll be back with more Out Loud on Fox Soul when we return. Welcome back to Out Loud on Fox Soul. I'm here with the Braxton sisters, and we are chopping it up about reality television and their lives. And I asked them before we went to break, what's the biggest misconception that viewers may have about the Braxtons? Who got an answer for me? Who got something?
I do.
Okay, let's hear.
We've been plucked and stuffed and diced.
Oh, that part, yes.
So what did they say? A lot of work?
Yes,
yeah,
and we had a lot of cosmetic
Yeah, the
stuff
plastic
done.
surgery
No.
thing.
But y'all all look so much alike, and including your mom.
Right.
Like y'all
that
all
part.
look exactly like y'all look a lot alike.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
always, they need to stop messing with their face. I'm like, I didn't mess with my face. Listen, if you could look back at the 90s pictures, we all look the exact same. Most of it.
Well, except for me. I'm going to be honest. I had my nose done and I had my boobs done.
Thank you for saying that.
I had my teeth done, but I broke the bracket eating crabs and stuff.
Yeah,
like
I got
this.
my teeth.
Go back.
Dr. Heavenly did my teeth.
They look great. I don't think teeth should count as a thing. And I don't think Botox should count as a thing either.
I've never had Botox.
I never had Botox, but I had my
Never had Botox.
In my nose done.
I have. It's for the forehead so you don't get the wrinkles. Like I can't raise my eyebrows anymore. I can't make any wrinkles.
Yeah, I can do mine.
It just lasts for like 3 months. It just stops you from getting wrinkles for like 3 months. I've done it like 4 times. It just slows it down, the aging rate. That's all it's not making you look different.
Got it.
Damn, I'm the only one. I feel like I'm out there now. Okay. So the new season, of Braxton Family Values premieres next Thursday, November 5th, after this old election. What could fans expect from this season? I know there's been a lot of talk about this season. So what can they expect?
Wow.
Tracy's face. She's like, a whole lot.
Drink a little bit.
Tracy, drink it.
Who wants
Cheers.
Vodka Zero.
You know what? I think this season, you guys will really see us going back to the basics, of really having some fun together. And the Braxton family that you have all come to love and enjoy and to like to watch. You know what I mean? Because it was the wedding, it was the bachelorette party.
You're welcome.
Oh my God.
You're welcome.
How wild was the party?
Bachelorette party? Trina bachelorette party? What? It was the shits. You hear me? It was the poopies. It was what?
I didn't get my invite. Maybe.
You were out of town. It was
maybe
quick,
for
Claudia.
Maybe for Tawanda's wedding.
Yeah.
Well,
but we gotta
what
wait
happened
until
was
she tell us about her boundaries.
It was like the last minute. Trina's bachelorette party really was the last minute.
How wild was
you're
it?
really going to be invited.
Honestly,
it was amazing. It was fun. Trina had the time of her life. Tracy had the time of her life. I had the time of my life. Tamara had the time of her life. Everybody had fun at Trina's bachelorette party. It was amazing.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how wild was it?
10?
10 is not even on the Richter scale. I promise you.
It was wild. It was fun though.
Were there male strippers there?
Yes.
Were they extremely talented?
Yes.
Did anybody?
They were blessed.
Not y'all. They were blessed. Okay. Was any wildness and anybody hook up? Not y'all, but the other ladies. Anybody hook up?
No.
I don't know.
I don't think. No.
I'm on my business.
They was hooking up in front of us.
Look at Trina's face. Trina is telling me things with her eyes that she doesn't want to say.
I did not say a word, Claudia. Whatever do you mean?
Honey, my job is to read people. I am reading that face. It's okay. We'll talk afterwards. So I want to switch gears here to a little bit more somber situation. In July, it was reported that your sister Tamar Braxton was found unconscious after a suicide attempt. What was that moment like for you? Y'all being so close and living your life so publicly. What was that moment like for your family?
Go ahead, Trina.
Well, first of all, I was very disappointed in finding out via social media because our family is closer than that. And to have someone else regurgitate that story to us. Well, or I can only speak for me. Right. But for someone else to tell me the story of something that happened to my own family is very disheartening. And as a family member, I would not have allowed that 911 call to happen the way that it did. And I think that as protectors of our family, as protectors of our sister, I think things would have gone differently had we known at the time that it happened.
How did the
As
911
opposed to
call get
hearing it
out?
on social media.
Was it the boyfriend?
I'm sorry?
How did the tape get out? Was it the boyfriend that put it out there?
We have no idea how it came out. We just know, we know as much as you guys know. That I have to be honest. We don't know all the details of what transpired before that happened. We don't know what happened while the paramedics were there. We have no idea. We just know what you guys know. We know what we heard from the 911 call. As Trina stated, we heard everything on social media. Trina called me in the wee hours of the morning, and that's how I found out. And I looked on social media and was like, why is this everywhere? And we don't know about this. I just think that the protocol should be, you call the family members first, and then, and then allow it to leak out to the media.
Whose fault?
I wouldn't have done it that way.
Whose fault is that though? Is it network? Is it because that's
not network. That's not network wasn't there.
That's an inner person.
Right. Network wasn't there. The network wasn't there.
How would they even know?
Exactly.
Yeah,
they found out the same way that we found out on social media.
So what do y'all think about David?
Oh, I don't. I have my own life. I don't think about David.
Who?
David.
Who? I'm Mariah Carey. Who?
The guy with the dreads.
Who? And then
my husband.
I said about who?
My husband has dreads.
Well, moving on. Well, after the trailer of season 7 of Braxton Family Values was released, Tamar took to social media to voice her concerns about being used for a storyline. She posted, "I am no longer employed by WeTV, and they're still using my hurt and me to make a coin." What do you think about that? And is it fair for the network to cover that?
Well, I'm going to say this very blatantly and very honestly. During season 7 of Braxton Family Values, we do not talk about Tamar's physical or mental health. We talk about how it affected us, but we do not physically address Tamar's hurt, pain, or experience. We can't speak to that. Tamar has her own story to tell, and it's very important for Tamar to tell her story in her way whenever she decides to tell it. We in no way, shape, or form addressed how Tamar is doing or how Tamar is feeling. We only addressed how we felt, as we're doing now, how we felt when the situation happened, when it came to us. We have no horse in that race. All we want is for our sister to have peace and health and well-being, and of course our nephew Logan.
I would think it'd be normal to film your reaction because that's your sister and she's part of the show.
Exactly, our reaction, but we cannot speak for her.
It would be fake to not talk about your sister when something so tragic happens. Like, I think
that part.
That's, you know what I mean? Like, I think if you didn't react to it, people would say, "What the hell? They don't love their sister?"
I mean, it's damn if you do. It's damn if you do and damn if you don't. If we didn't say anything, we're insensitive. And now that we are saying things, and we're only speaking on how it, like Trina said, how it affected us, how we were affected in the situation, because medically speaking, like a lot of doctors will tell you that it's important for the victim to understand how it impacted your family and your friends and your loved ones. It's important for them to see that. So maybe they can get themselves together a little quicker. I'm just saying that, it's unfair, really, but we definitely touch on how we experienced it and how we felt when we found out about it. And I don't think anything was wrong with that.
Right about that, Tuan.
Tamar also insisted the footage from the show was staged, specifically referring to when you all found out about the attempt. What are your thoughts on that? I know sometimes you have to reenact things.
Staged? What was staged, though?
I think the reaction, like when y'all, the reaction to finding out about her.
Well, it was merely a question. That's the same question that you're asking us. It was a question that the producers asked us. Hey, how did you feel when this happened? How did you feel when you found out about it? So it's not really reenacting that. It's about expressing and answering the question of how we felt and what we experienced when we found out about it. It was just a question. It wasn't a reenactment. I don't look at it as a reenactment.
Well, and I think it's supremely unfair to attack us as a family, to continue to work and to get ostracized for it because we didn't have the same experience that she did. And it's unfair because we did not speak in any way, shape, or form about Tamar and her situation. We did not make that 911 call. We did not say anything to the media in regards to Tamar's situation. We did not openly say anything about what's happening with Tamar's situation, except for the fact that we love her and we're here for her and we're in her corner. And yet we are the ones who are being ostracized when we are not the ones who are putting things openly in the media. It's completely unfair. It's completely unfair and unwarranted.
Is it fair to say if the tape wasn't put out there by whoever put it out there, no one would even know anything, because it could have been private, and then her privacy could have really been protected. She could have healed on her own without us even knowing about it to talk about it. Is that fair to say?
That part, yes.
Well, I think whoever did that, and if anyone could get to the bottom of that, I think that's the person. And that's none of my business. And I know people, oh, you're dragging, bringing Tamar's. We and Tamar have squashed our little thing on the show. So I have no dog in this race either. You know what I mean? I just want to be clear about that, because I know people, I don't want her to get upset or the people watching. I feel like the person who put that out there and so quickly, and on the tape, it was really weird, him talking about the network. Who does that when their girlfriend's going through a crisis? I just don't understand. If my man was on the phone talking to 911 when I'm sick, and you're talking about Bravo TV, I would be like, "Mother, what the fuck you? Hello, I'm not doing well." And if that tape gets out, that's the person who's responsible for putting her on.
That's right. It was not done by her family.
Well, I really hope that she's doing okay, and you guys keep that bond going, because it's clear y'all love each other. Y'all have issues like every other family does.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna take a break, and we'll talk about taking a break from reality TV, if that's even possible. So we'll be back with more Out Loud on Fox Soul when we return. Welcome back to Out Loud on Fox Soul. When I tell you, when I come to Atlanta, I'm hanging with all three of y'all sisters.
Come on through.
Yeah, come on, Claudia.
Drinks. We're gonna go for
Let me know.
Come on in the room. Come on in the room.
Some Long Island iced teas.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have all that. Okay, listen.
Well, you know how we do when we hang out, Claudia.
You've been at my place in Atlanta. We had fun.
Yes.
You're a good time. You're a good time. Oh, y'all are cool. I like y'all.
You're a good time.
I rocked with y'all. Seriously.
Of course, Claudia.
Okay, so look, with all the stuff that's happened, the chaos, the ups, the downs, have y'all ever thought, look, we need to take a break from reality TV and just kind of like, focus on strengthening the family and all that kind of stuff? Or is it like, no, I'm cool? Did it ever get to the point where you felt like, I want to take a break from it? Time out?
It got to that point, but I said I had to take a break from my sisters.
That part.
I had to take a break from my sisters. I love them. I love them so much. But I ain't no little kid or no 20 years old no more. I'm just like, you know what? I gotta have a break from them. Let me figure out my family. Let me figure out what's under my threshold right now. Let me get that together, and then I can deal with my sisters. I can't deal with both of them.
I would say it's probably a lot. And speaking of taking a break, y'all sister Tamar unfollowed all y'all and your mother on social media. Were y'all surprised when y'all get unfollowed? I feel a little bit hurt. Like I'd be like, oh
no, it's not like she's never done it before, Claudia. Let's just be honest. It's not like she's never done that before. Okay, she's unfollowed us before. And we don't measure our family and our relationship with social media. We just don't. Yeah. That's just what it is.
Can I stunt on y'all real quick and say that she follows me now? Can I follow y'all?
That is so much shade, Claudia, because we all know that. Because let's be honest, Claudia, you and Tamar went through y'all little stuff too, and then y'all got back together, and God knows how long that's gonna last. But the reality of it is this. Even though she unfollowed us on social media, doesn't mean that she doesn't talk to us in real life. Okay. So people can have whatever perception they want to have. Yeah. Just like, you and Tamar talk behind the scenes and people think that y'all still going through y'all little you know, but you're
Mhm.
okay. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? So, you know, social media is just a medium for people to have something to say and build a platform. So, so it has nothing to do with real life and real family.
And to be fair, sometimes you do need a break, you know, like Tracy said, and maybe you don't want to see someone up and down your timeline when you're in a weird place, right? Is that fair to say? Like, look, I need a break. I want to see you.
Yeah, I mean, even McDonald's says you deserve a break today. I mean, you know.
Right.
Did y'all see her interview with Tamron Hall? Did you see your sister's interview with Tamron Hall?
Yes.
What'd you think about it? Was it good? How was it for y'all? Was it on point? How'd y'all feel about it?
What do you mean on point?
Did you take any issue with it? Was there anything that like bothered you, or was it like, okay, that's just normal? It's a normal interview.
Tamar had to speak her truth, and her truth is her truth. It doesn't necessarily mean it is the truth, but it is the truth according to her, and she has to live with how her truth and what her truth looks like in her life, you know, and she deserves to be able to have her platform to tell her story the way she wants to tell it. And we have to respect it.
Respect what she have to say.
Where she is mentally and emotionally, that's all.
And I'm sorry to ask you so many questions, but you all are such a known unit, like all of you as a group. I mean, you have your individual platforms and of course fan base and accomplishments. And I hope you don't feel like I'm just like Tamar, because it's not about just that. But it is a news story, and it's something that the fans want to know about.
Right.
And it's part of, you know, it's part of having your life out there when you have an issue with your sister. You know what I mean? That's
true.
Kind of part of it. So I hope, thank you for being so gracious to answer all these questions. And Tamar, if you're watching, I hope you don't take this as we're shading you or it's being negative, because it's not. And I'd much rather have the narrative and the story put out by sisters that love you than bloggers and boyfriends with motives and side people that are just outsiders looking in, because we don't really know. Y'all know. We don't know. I just want to put that out there real quick. So, okay.
But you know what, Claudia, we also don't know. We also don't know. You know, and that's
unfortunate. Still, and we still follow each other. I'll let y'all know, and I'll get back to you. I'll let y'all know.
You know what? Shade, Claudia.
What you want me to ask Tamar? I'm gonna find her. Let me call her real quick. We cool.
I can't get right now with all this shade you were throwing at me. I'm under the tree.
I've been a shady little bitch this week, I must say.
It's okay.
Okay, so over the past decade of doing the show, is there anything that any of you three would do differently? Where you're like, I wish I didn't do that. I wish I didn't show that. I wish I didn't react that way. Is there a moment y'all can think where you're like, damn it, I shouldn't have done that?
For me, no. Regret is moot. If we're gonna do this, and if we call ourselves reality stars, I guess, I don't know whatever acronym or whatever to say about it. If we call ourselves being on television and to have an authentic show, then we have to be our authentic selves, and you don't have to retract the truth.
Oh, screw you, Trina. I'm going to retract mine, because some of them red wigs I wear and everything like that. I should be ashamed of myself being a beauty school dropout. That's why I dropped out.
I'm not ashamed.
Yes,
I am not ashamed,
Tracy.
And then some
Yes,
of the
Tracy.
outfits I had on, I should have been ashamed of myself wearing them outfits.
I love it.
It was the blonde hair, Tracy. It was that blonde hair. That's the only thing that you should want to take back, was that blonde.
Yeah,
that
because that was like what was her name?
From
Ursula from Little Mermaid.
And I had purple on. You know,
it was Ursula.
If I could have taken
myself. The hair was wrong.
And what was wrong with you?
Tawana, how about you? Anything you want to take back? Did you have was it a fashion moment? Was it a moment with one of your sisters? Was it exposing something? It certainly isn't telling us about an engagement, because you are mom's the word on that. But anything you'd like to do differently on the show? You wish you could have done differently?
You know, I wish that I would have not been afraid to tell the truth about my divorce and what led me, the real reason that led me to my divorce.
Wait,
because I was so.
Wait a minute, you
because I was
your
so.
head,
I know that's real. So my braids itch. So because I was in the mode of protection, and I was because I was in the mode of protection, I wasn't protecting myself. And then I wasn't helping the other individuals who was watching the show, who was in the same situation that I was in. I did myself a disservice by not being honest about everything that was going on behind closed doors in my marriage.
Can I say something to Tawanda though? I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to take your place, Claudia. I am going to say this.
Good.
Tawanda, you know what, Tawanda? I think it's very important that you did not disclose everything about your divorce to everyone, because you have children, and it is not for the world to see, so that they can ostracize your children or even feel comfortable enough to talk to your children about what happened with your divorce. So I think you did. I think you did everything the way that you were supposed to, because it's everything should not be disclosed just because we're on a television show. I think you did everything the way. I think you did things the way you're supposed to.
I don't agree with that.
Trina,
I don't
think
agree
that
with
she
that.
was doing that for therapy for herself and for helping someone else instead of holding it on to herself.
Thank you, Tracy.
It could have helped somebody else to really think, and not wait as long. Or what Tawanda is trying to say.
Yeah, they can DM her, but she has children.
Thank you, Tracy. I do have
because
children.
We don't know what Tawanda's story is, and
you don't know my story.
To us.
You don't know my story. You don't know my journey, and the journey has been a hard journey. And I will say that my children are still in therapy, and especially because what has happened is it has tainted the way that it stunted the growth of my children. I will honestly say that it has stunted the growth of them, because I kept things from them too. And I don't believe that I should have completely kept everything. Now, what has gone on between he and I, absolutely. But I should have, I just would have changed things. I would have done it the way.
I'm not sure exactly what happened. I'm assuming, I'm reading between the lines with you, and a lot of women protect their mate.
You understand what? Right.
Why didn't you? I spoke about some abuse in a relationship I had. Not saying that's
what I'm saying. And it's
5 years later. And why did you say it then? You're lying. You're trying to take him out because he's with somebody else now. And Claudia, you're a hater.
Absolutely. And people have to understand that abuse is more than physical. It's emotional, it's mental, all of that, verbal, all of that is a part of abuse. And, even with Brooke today, honest to God, she said to me today, she was like, Mom, am I ugly? And I was like, honey, no, you are beautiful. I call you my princess. You're beautiful. She was like, well, Dad said that I was ugly. So even when that's what I'm saying. So those are the things that I wish that I would have exposed to the world, to let other women know that you have to be protective over your children too. It's more than the person that you're with. You have to look after the children that you have. Just period. You got to put the children first. That's just how I feel. And then that's my experience and my truth.
I hope you don't beat yourself up over it, because it's never
no. I'm not beating myself up, because they're in counseling. I don't play that. I believe in counseling. I believe in that. And I know sometimes in our culture, a lot of people say, oh, don't tell your family business. And I don't believe in that. I believe in mental health. I believe in health care. When it comes to mental and emotional health care, I believe in that. So my kids have been in therapy for over 2 years. So
wow, good for you for doing that.
Absolutely.
Everybody want to tell somebody how they should live their life, and you shouldn't do this, and I wouldn't have done that. Well, you ain't me, motherfucker.
Right.
You are not me. And a lot of times you would do what I did too. You just say that because you're the comfort of your own home.
Yep.
Unaffected. No one cares. No one's blogging about you, talking about you. It ain't gonna be on television. It's so irritating. And can people please? I'm gonna get off my soapbox for a second. Can people please stop trying to govern women, especially Black women, to tell them when and how they should tell their stories? It ain't your say.
That part.
If Tawanda want to tell a story about something that happened 19 years ago, tomorrow, guess what? That's her goddamn business. And you can't criticize it. She didn't feel comfortable 18 years ago, 17 years ago, 5 years ago when it first happened. And then when you do, people criticize that.
Right. But that's the thing. I just want women to understand that you don't have to have any shame in that. You know what I mean? So that's what I regret in showing other people that you have to carry shame, because that's how I felt, that I was like sharing this shame. I was in fear of the unknown and not wanting people to judge me and all those things. And I'm in a different space now, of course. So that's why I'm able to tell my story freely, and not have any remorse when it comes to that. I'm just in a different space.
And at the end of the day, they're going to judge you regardless.
That part. So it doesn't matter. It's about my healing and where I am in my journey.
Well, I think you have a very good head on your shoulders. All three of you do. Before we play a game of which sister is most likely to, I just want to make sure people know what y'all got going on. Trina, you're working on a new podcast as well as a candle line and hot sauce brand.
Yes. You know what? I actually have all of my products in front of me. I have my Bar Chicks bourbon, and I have my honey pepper hot sauce. My this is not the extra hot, but this is the regular Bar Chicks hot sauce. We are actually doing a Black Friday sale. Here are my Essence candles. And you can go to trinabraxton.com to order any of these products, actually, by the way. But if I may, and I don't want to take away from anything that we're doing now, this bourbon's delicious, by the way. I just want to tell everybody to vote. If you haven't voted already,
yes,
please vote. You can't complain if you abstain. If you don't vote, you can't have anything to say. So please get out there and vote. Not just for the presidency, but please vote for your local council member, your local Senate member, at the person that will have your voice being heard.
Trina, we're going to take a quick break. I hate to cut you off. When we go back, we only have like a minute to play this quick game. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the game right after this. Welcome back to Out Loud. Okay, I'm not going to talk about myself. Real quick before we go and play the game real quick, Tawanda, you got some stuff going on. Tell us real quick.
I do. Just go to tbraxtonskincare.com to get the amazing glow that I have. And that's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much. Love you.
We love that. And Tracy?
I'm in the movie Christmas Lottery. You can see it on BET and everything. Thanks, guys. Make sure you support.
Love it. Okay. And also, we're going to play this game, okay? You tell me which sister is most likely to. Just blurt the name out. We're going to get through as many as we can. Okay. What sister is most likely to drink an alcoholic beverage at 10 in the morning?
Trina.
Who's most likely to forget to pick up their kids from school?
Trina.
No, I don't have school-age children.
Who's most likely to control the playlists, the music on a road trip?
Tawanda.
Tracy.
No, Tawanda.
Who's most likely to run around naked at any given moment?
Trina.
Who's most likely to break out a dance move?
Tracy.
And who's most likely to burst out in song?
Tamar.
All of us.
Jesus.
Tamar more so than all of us, definitely.
Yes.
Ladies, we need to have a part 2 with y'all because y'all are just so fun.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna call y'all when I come to Atlanta because I need to drink and sip some more with y'all. And I'll invite Tamar. I'll invite Tamar because we're besties now. I'll let her know.
I'm glad that happened. Yes, go to trinabraxton.com.
Yes, please support these sisters. They're amazing. I want to thank my guests, Trina, Tracy, and Tawanda Braxton for joining me tonight. Please follow all their endeavors. It's all the details on their social media pages, on their websites, and please support their businesses. Ladies, I love y'all. Thank you so much for watching us on the Fox mobile app.